Okay. Peace, 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 family. Sister Victoria X here with the healthyhue.com. And I wanted to have a quick little chat. I have a little time. If that's all right with y'all. So I'm going to just say a couple of things really quickly that I think are important. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is welcome. It's been a little bit of time. My schedule has shifted. It's been a while since I have actually gone live just in general. But I wanted to be very intentional about coming live today. Because I've been kind of putting it off because I've been doing a lot of things. But I wanted to make sure that I did this. And so first thing, we're going to just get into a couple of things. One, the 30-day walking challenge has officially started. So if you would like to join the 30-day walking challenge with me, click the link in my bio or go to sistervictoriax.com. It's going to be one of the first two links. It's basically a walking challenge to get us in the habit of being consistent, and also get us moving, right, and to have a level of accountability with doing those things. The next thing, the transition guide is still for free right now. I'm revamping it. I'm going to be adding a lot more value to it. I'm going to be adding some more tools, some more resources, and some more worksheets, just to kind of guide you along and outline. I've officially started the process of the course that goes along with the guide. So if you have not gotten it free already now, it's not going to be free in about a week. So I suggest that, yes, sir. Thank you. So I suggest that if you are someone that are struggling to learn how to, struggling with your transition to working from home, or if you are someone that's currently staying at home and you just need a little guidance on what it means to work from home and you're trying to get to working from home, go grab the transition guide in my bio, or go to sistervictoriax.com and it's going to be the first button. And then we're going to get into the topic. So I wanted to talk about how we like to play with God. If I can, a little bit. I'm sorry. I like to laugh when I have like small revelations. So if you don't rock with that, I'm sorry, but that's just my process. But we sure like to play with God, right? Because we like to believe that the time that we have on earth is unlimited. And unlimited in a sense, right? Because we all know that, oh, we all gonna die one day, and we don't know the time, the date, or the hour. You see, they supposed to be on quiet time. But we don't know the time, the date, or the hour, right? However, we will put off our goals and we will put off our dreams and we will put off the things that we know that we're supposed to do as if there's a time better than now, right? We believe so much in God's mercy that we believe that we have enough time to develop what it is that we're meant to develop. We believe that we have enough time to find our purpose, instead of actively doing things every single day to find our purpose, right? The only reason why I was able to find my purpose was, first, I had to be open to seeing it when it was revealed to me. But what we will do, we will literally sit in stillness, and we like to call it patience, but we will literally sit in stillness and wait for a sign that we never went looking for. We never opened our minds to seeing, and we never built up a relationship with Allah enough to know what the sign will look like when we see it. Right? It took like, when it happened in the moment, when I found my purpose, it seemed like this, but I had already been preparing. I had already been open to the idea that I had nothing left and that this was all that I needed. Right? But we like to play with God, and we think that because He is merciful, that we have time to act. Everything that's going on today, and we still believe that we have a time to play around right? We have the time to play around and not get the things done that we need to get done. We say we want success. We say we want X amount of dollars in the bank, right? But we believe that we have the time to wait until tomorrow to get it done. There are people dropping and passing away like flies on a daily basis, but you still believe that tomorrow's your day to find your purpose. You still believe that tomorrow's the day to create that course. You still believe that tomorrow is the day to fix the things that are wrong, that you know are wrong, right? Because sometimes we'll be in our sickness or our illness and not realize that it's a sickness or illness because we're in it. But the things that we know are wrong, right? Today I had a very difficult time, and I'm not going to lie with y'all, but I still wanted to come live. My energy was funky just like seconds prior to this, but I still wanted to come live because I don't ever want to give out the idea that this is like, it's easy. I'm not perfect, and the journey is not perfect. The journey is not going to be easy. And that was one of the things that I was down and hard on myself about before I found my purpose, because I kept seeing everybody in their perfection. This is not a knock on them, but what I saw was perfect, right? Nobody, like, it's different when you hear somebody say, I was struggling, this is how I struggled, versus when you see them come on the camera and they be like, I'm having a hard day today, y'all. So I need y'all to just rock with me and just listen to what I'm saying. But today was a day. And I had to check myself today. And I had to check in with God today. Because there were some things that were happening that was taking me to a place I no longer wanted to go. So we have to stop thinking that we can just, move along at a slow pace and get there when we get there. We got to be there at once. Right? There are some people's journey and some people's process that are going to be delayed because you didn't start today. So are we really for the people? Is the question. Are we really for the people if we are okay with delaying their process because we're being delayed in action? Right? Let's check in with ourselves today. I had a course last night. I've been putting off doing the welcome video because I've been waiting for the right time. That welcome video I did last night was in true form what it's like to be a wife and a mom in business. Literally downstairs, speaking quietly, not in the outfit that I wanted. I didn't have the background that I wanted. I didn't even have all the pieces together that I wanted, but I knew that I had to shoot the video because if I didn't, I would find other reasons not to do it. And I said it in the video, hey, y'all, this is the true essence of what it's like to be a mother and wife in business. There are going to be some nights where you got to get things done, but you got to go downstairs in a corner and talk low to get it done. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get your eyebrows done. Sometimes you're not going to be able to have your perfect background. And that's where you're going to have to decide if you want it or not. If your purpose is strong enough. And I did the video, right? And I was like, this is going to set the tone. Because transitioning from staying at home to working from home is completely different. It's a transition. You don't just wake up one day and you're there. So this is going to set the tone for the course that I'm bringing to let you all know that, like, this is not like, it looked good on the internet. It looked real good on the internet. It looked real pretty. It looked like, you know what I mean? Like life is roses and petals. But in the essence, it's work. And it's work that you have to find. Like you have to make this a part of it. So how dare we play with God's mercy and not share what he gave us to share? Like there's some, like, think about this. There's some people out there that only you identify with, right? And because they didn't find you in time, their life is now gone. Imagine that, right? I was in a dark depression. before I found my purpose. Had I not identified with a woman, I wasn't going to take my life. I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to go that far. But had I not identified with a woman, I would be in a different place today. It took me 5 years to figure out what I wanted, what my purpose was. And I identified with somebody, and that got me here. So how many people are you delaying by sitting in stillness, calling it patience? And he will give us chance after chance. And we believe that we have chance after chance. But look outside your window. Look on your timeline. Look on the news if you watch the news. Time is quickly passing. It was just March. We are now in what? I don't even know the month of September. And tomorrow, like a couple of days, is October. Time is quickly passing. So we can play. I mean, it's fun to play around and think that we have time, right? But the thing that I've realized and that I've always known is that Allah, God, will give us a sign. He will give us multiple signs. And then when we continue to ignore those signs, you know what he got to do? He got to put us through a trial. And I don't know about you, but I would prefer to listen to the signs so I don't have to go through the trial, because we already going to go through trials. So there's an idea in your head right now that you're thinking of. You're like, oh, I probably should. Yeah, you probably should get in and do that. So I'm going to let that sit right there. The next thing I want to go into, right? And I will say this again. If you are someone that's starting to work from home or you're transitioning to working from home, I have a guide that's going to give you the 7 must-haves to making that transition. Go to sistervictoriax.com. Okay? Go to sistervictoriax.com. And it's going to be the first button. Moving on. And join the 30-day walking challenge while you're over there. Moving on. Now we're going to talk about Godfidence. And I think this is I feel like this is something I heard from Brother Dr. Wesley. But it wasn't until today that it actually clicked in my mind, right? A lot of us, we struggle with self-confidence. We struggle with self-confidence. We struggle with self-worth. Wa alaikum salam, ma'am. We struggle with self-worth. And we struggle with identifying our own voice and trusting our own voice. Even when we know that we know what we're talking about, we'll still question ourselves when it's time to present what we're talking about to other people, right? And I had to realize today that self-confidence doesn't matter when you have confidence in God. Because it took me believing that he would hold me accountable. It took me believing that what he promised to me would be true for me to reveal some things to people that I've revealed. Right? To get on here and say the things that sometimes I say and be vulnerable and be transparent. That's me having complete and utter confidence in God, because sometimes I don't have that confidence in myself. And the only way that you can truly have confidence in God is if you build a relationship with him. So we have the connection, but are we tapped into it? Don't think that you have to pray a certain way to say a prayer. Perfection is not the goal. That's what we're striving for. Screenshot. That's what we're striving for. That's the end goal. But why would you ever wait until you're perfect to get anything done? Right? Because your version of, let me tell you something. Your version of imperfection is perfection to somebody else. Right? This setup that y'all see, that's like, when y'all see this, you got the little fancy words scrolling across the screen, you got the little title. To somebody else, that's perfect. Right? But to me, it is not. You know why? Because I have an expectation. I know what the actual perfection in my eyes, because to somebody else is not perfection. I know what it's supposed to be. I know what I want it to be, but I didn't have time to set it up the way that I wanted to set it up. So here we are. And I didn't want to continue to give myself the excuse that I had more time to do it later, because I don't. I didn't want to take for granted Allah's mercy, because time is ever fleeting. If you have not noticed, some of us still think it's Monday and it's legit Sunday, a whole week. Some of us still think it's Thursday. So we have to increase our relationship and our confidence in something that is perfection, God. Because sometimes we don't have the confidence in ourselves. So we have to lean on that confidence that he gives us. Let me see. Or do I gotta wait till 38 to give my money away to the nation? It's been saving to pay for the next level as fun. Look, we ain't gonna do that. We is not gonna do that, sir. We not. If you want to have that conversation, there's many FOIs that you can have that conversation with, sir. But Sister Victoria is not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't have those kind of conversations, because I know that I'm not at the emotional maturity level to speak to that in a way that I probably should. So I know a couple of FOI that you can have that conversation with. You could go have that conversation with Ariza Islam. You can go have that conversation with Brother Ben X. You can go have that conversation with Golden Child. Yeah, because they emotionally mature to have that. But I know what the nation has done for me, so I get a little bit too emotional when people start talking out like that. So I'm gonna continue to what I was saying, but we have to build and put more time into the confidence that we have in God, right? Because we know our imperfections, and sometimes our imperfections are right here on our forehead to us. And so that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. Okay, we don't have, like, Allah is merciful. He is very merciful. But don't believe that tomorrow will be here. There are people that are perfectly healthy, do you know, that just woke up today. I mean, that woke up today. That didn't wake up today. And it's just like they just knew they was going to wake up this morning. But we believe that we had the time. And then we gotta, sometimes the self-confidence is not going to be there all the time. And don't believe that you have to be perfect to make the first step. Because your level of perfection is not everybody's level. How dare we say that we for the people and then delay their start by not starting? Because some people can only identify with you. Some people can only identify with you, right? Some people think, because I'm weird. I've accepted that. I've accepted that I'm weird. I have a quirky personality. Sometimes I say stuff that other people don't get. I think it's funny, so I laugh. And there are some other people out there that really think it's just them. 1 million people in the world. And they really think it's just them. And whatever it is that you are self-conscious about, right? And the reason why you trying to hide and act like it's just us and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? It's not just you. I promise you it's not just you. And I promise you that once you take your steps, because it's going to be work, once you take your steps, you'll see more of the people that you are helping by just being you. So that's what I got for y'all today, my little quick 15 minutes, you feel me? And like I was saying before, if you've stayed to the end of this, I rocks with you. If you're watching the replay, put #replay in the comments. If you would like to join the 30-day walking challenge to get them bodies moving, to get them waist slims, okay? Because some of us, we got an undercover slim waist, but we won't move enough to let it show itself. So the 30-day walking challenge link is in my bio, or go to sistervictoriax.com. If you are someone that's starting to work from home or transitioning to working from home, you all are welcome. Transitioning working from home, that link is in my bio. And I will see you all later. Inshallah.